Welcome to our Wednesday devotional. Thank you again for taking this time to listen to me and share with me just a few moments of, I hope, devotional thought and inspiration for you. I was reminded again this week of the importance of the eyes. Some of you who know me personally know that I've had eye surgery in both eyes, and my eyes are not quite what they have been in the past. I'm thankful for vision that allows me to still function, drive, read, and so forth. But our eyes are very, very important. I was reminded how they affect the rest of our bodies. In fact, my wife and I were sitting with Jim and Sharon Smith during our missions revival, and we were talking about one thing or the other, and she jokingly said something about Jim watching a TV show or something. He'll fall asleep. He'll shut his eyes just for a moment and his whole body will fall asleep. And he'll wake up and he'll have missed some important part, and he'll say, well, what happened, or what did I miss, or who done it? And she won't tell him. And she was talking about how much fun that is when he falls asleep, to keep him from having known what happened. But I'm saying that to say that our eyes, just shutting our eyes, can help or allow our entire body to go to sleep. Our eyes affect the rest of our bodies. I was reading recently in the 101st Psalm where David mentions the eyes. Now, I don't know what his problems were or what he was facing at that time, but he said this as he makes a vow or a promise to himself. He says this in Psalm 101, verse 3, I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. Now, I'm sure that was hard for him. I'm sure things that he could look at would sometimes be wicked, but it's much harder today. We have so many things that vie for our vision, our sight, and our interest. In the past, we would have to stay away from bad magazines and pornographic literature, and we had to stay away from those sorts of things. There were movies that were rated X-rated or so forth that we should stay away from, and we understood those things. And when you said, I'll set no wicked thing before my eyes, you had an idea of what you're talking about. But today there are far more things that are set before our eyes. Sometimes just watching a TV show, you're watching what you think is an innocent show, and right in the middle there'll be some kind of a scene that really is wicked or sinful or almost pornographic. And then they'll pause for a commercial, and some of the commercials are the same way. I'm amazed at some of the things they show on commercials that I don't want to see. So we have to watch out for TV. Then we get on the internet, you get on social media, and you flip from one thing to another thing, and you follow this little picture or that little picture, and all of a sudden there's a picture there that shouldn't be there. Or there's a thing you're viewing and you shouldn't be viewing it. We should, like David, make a vow with our eyes and say, I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. How can we do that today? I believe we need to promise ourselves or make vows or set up restrictions so that we're not able to see those things. I believe on your computer, you ought to be accountable. I believe that husbands, your wives ought to be able to see anything you see. They ought to be able to open up your computer and see what you've been watching. Wives, your husbands should be able to see what you've been seeing. Becoming accountable is very, very wise. We've all heard stories now about some of the things that are made available to our children in public libraries where drag queens are invited in to read to them. Things like that are sick. Things like that shouldn't be. We now have gay couples in almost all children's shows. Gay couples, that sounds good, but it's wrong. It's sinful. We need to be careful that we don't allow those things before our eyes or their eyes. Now, I'm saying all that to say our eyes and what we see affect the rest of our lives. Just like Jim Smith, as I mentioned, will shut his eyes and fall asleep. He's not the only one. I sometimes shut my eyes and fall asleep during a TV show too. But our eyes affect the rest of our bodies. Let's do like David. Let's set a vow or make a vow or set a goal that I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. Won't be easy. Wicked things are all around us for our sights. But we need to make a vow, make that commitment. I believe your lives will be purer if you do. I believe we'll be able to think on those things that are right and just and honest and pure if we set no wicked thing before our eyes. Psalm 101 verse 3, David said, I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. You and I need to do that too. God bless you.